It was Thursday night, so I was out having nachos with my friends Tom the Giraffe and Carl the Rabbit. As our waitress Wendy was bringing us our food, I saw my friend Bill come in, so I invited him to sit with us. I introduced him to Tom and Carl, and during the discussion he mentioned the fact that he's married. Carl the Rabbit immediately noticed that Bill was not wearing a wedding ring.
That's right, I'm a doctor, so I don't wear it on days when I'm working. I have a beautiful wife who works as a lawyer.
A lawyer? That seems like an unlikely pairing.
He's a liar. He isn't wearing a ring because he's not married.
Oh, but he is. I've met his wife, and she is a lawyer, like he said.
Then you're both liars. This lawyer woman is imaginary.
Come now, Carl the Rabbit. What possible reason can you have for denying the fact that Bill has a wife?
That's right, Jack. If you're gonna say my wife doesn't exist, you better know something I don't. Hey, I don't have to prove anything. I'm just saying I don't believe you. I don't have to prove everything I don't believe. I don't believe there's a teapot orbiting the moon. Do I have to prove that? So when you said I was a liar, what you meant was you are not yet convinced that my story is true. I'm just saying I don't know.
Then why did you call us liars?
Because you're expecting us to believe this ridiculous story when it's so much more likely not to be true. What makes it ridiculous?
What reasons do you have for thinking it more likely not to be true?
I don't have to prove anything. You can't go making silly claims and then demand I prove it wrong. Tell them, Tom.
My brother is an auto mechanic. He does the same thing, taking off his wedding ring for work.
What? So you're saying you believe this guy's ridiculous story?
I'm just saying it certainly could be true. But of course, I don't know the woman. I do. I've met Bill's wife on many occasions, and she is a lawyer, like he says.
Hey, Wendy, do you know this guy's wife?
Oh, sure, they were in here last week. She's a pretty little thing with big hair.
Oh, yeah? Is she a lawyer?
Oh, I'd say not. She can't be a day over 19. Anyway, I'll be right back with some more root beers.
Thank you, Wendy. So now you're asking us to believe you're married to a teenage lawyer. She's confused. I was in here with my daughter last week. My wife hasn't been in here in a long time, so Wendy probably just assumed the girl I was with was my wife. Or you're a big liar. If you want to tell me my daughter is imaginary, then you can pay her imaginary college tuition, Jack. I have a daughter who had lunch with me here last week, and I have a wife whom I have known for many years and been married to for many years. You gonna tell me I don't?
Or maybe nobody's right and nobody's wrong. Maybe what everybody believes is true for them.
So you are telling me I have an old wife, a young wife, and no wife at the same time? I am a polygamous bachelor?
Bill makes a good point. There's no way everyone can be right. Either he has a wife or he doesn't. And if he does, she's either a teen or old enough to be mother to a teen, but she can't be both.
It's obvious to anyone with a brain that he has no wife at all.
Why is that obvious?
Hey, don't go shoving off your burden of proof on me. You're the ones making the claims, which means you have to do the proving.
But you just said it's obvious that he has no wife at all. If you're claiming that as a fact, then either you have a reason for it, or you're asserting it blindly based on irrational emotion.
I'm not claiming anything. I'm just saying I don't believe she exists. We've been over this before. If you guys are going to talk in circles, I'm going to go home.
Okay, so what are you saying, Carl? Are you saying Bill might have a wife, but you're not sure? Or are you saying he does not have a wife, and I'm wrong for saying I know her?
I'm saying that I think she does not exist, but I'm not claiming to believe it. I'm agnostic about her existence. You're saying that you don't believe what you think?
How can you think something is true when you don't believe it?
Oh, that's it! You close-minded bozos don't know anything! This conversation is over!
Carl stuffed a few handfuls of nachos into his pockets and stormed out into the night. Well, that still left us with a pile of nachos that could feed an army. So Bill called his wife, and she joined us for the remainder of the night. You can imagine the conversation Tom had with Carl at work the next day. Ha ha. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. Love and muffins.